Hello, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your mindset and manifestation coach, helping you make miracles manifest. I'm so excited that you're here today. Today, we're talking about a subject that I think is super important, one that cannot be emphasized enough, and that is the power of persistence. Persist. Your manifestation is coming. But before we jump into that, I wanted to remind you that I do have two free groups that can help you in your manifestation journey. One is Awaken Your Inner Queen. That one is specifically for women, especially as they are healing and learning how to love themselves and self-concept and manifesting out of that powerful queen energy. And the other one is called the Conscious Creators Group. And that's for everyone. And that's where we all work together, men, women, whatever, working together to have conscious manifestations, to really be in charge of the way that we think about our lives and ourselves so that we can have the dreams that we really want to have, right? So I invite you to join me in either of those places. And of course, for those of you that want some more personalized attention and want some help and that are facing some, tough, I feel like usually it's a mindset or belief issue and, dealing with a lot of resistance, check out my one-on-one coaching as well as my email coaching, and they're all below. So let's get into it. Today, we're talking about the power of persistence. And I think that is probably one of the number one things that we need to keep in mind as we're on this journey. So many of you, especially if you're new to law of assumption or being a conscious creator, conscious manifester, you might be saying, well, persist in what? What do you mean? Well, what I mean is that after we get on this journey and we discover that there's something that we want to manifest, and usually that comes about because it's something we want to change. And we want to consciously change it. And so we want to go through the steps to do that. We want to figure out what it is that we are currently manifesting that we don't like, really learn the lesson from that, get whatever belief, usually it's subconscious belief, that is kind of undermining us and the thing that we want. So we want to figure out that subconscious belief first. Then once we figure it out, or at least we have an idea of what we don't want to manifest, then we want to get a very clear picture of what we do want to manifest. So we want to really go into our dream state. We want to go into our imagination. That is our kingdom within. That is our create state. Some people call it your God state. It's our imagination. We create our outer world from the inside. It's the inside out. And so we want to make sure that we then create a new vision, a new dream of what we want this to look like. And for example, let's say we don't have enough money. Maybe we want now to, have a job that manifests $10,000 a month, and say, for example, so that's a very clear picture. We can see the $10,000 in our bank account. We can see ourselves getting the check. Maybe it's a profitable business. Whatever it is, maybe it's a new relationship or getting your specific person, your ex, back, whatever it is. But you need to develop that clear picture. I have a video on scripting. I also have one on using your imagination, because that's essentially what we're doing. Those will be posted above. After you figure out what it is, that dream that you're trying to achieve, that manifestation, that's the live in the end state. That is our seeing it as real, right? That is our wish fulfilled, as it's often called by Neville Goddard. So after we see that, I find it helpful to write it down, or what we call scripting, where we write down in vivid detail what we saw in our mind, what it felt like, what it looked like. I mean, try to make it as vivid in 3D, 5D, whatever as possible, because we want it to activate good feelings inside of us. So write that down. It's all about scripting. I have a video on scripting. I will post that above. And then once we've developed the script, once we know what the story looks like, and that's all it is. It's writing down the story, writing down what we would like it to look like, what our life would look like with our wish fulfilled, getting the thing that we want. We want to do that. And then from there, we create affirmations. Affirmations, things that affirm that story. You know, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I receive $10,000 a month. I am loved, I'm lovable, I am chosen, I'm committed to, I have an amazing partner, I am a wife. Whatever the things are, you know, I'm a multimillionaire, I own my own business, I'm a successful entrepreneur. Whatever it is, those are the affirmations. I'm a queen, I am chosen, I am loved, I am committed to, I am happy, I feel secure and safe. I have a partner who is loyal and committed, who is all in. Whatever. Take that script that you developed and then you start creating affirmations, which I'm going to pin some help up here. And I find that it is helpful to repeat them, right? To keep repeating them. There's a Parrot app where you can record yourself so you can listen to them over and over again. Whatever you do, you want to get them into your subconscious. And then the key becomes when a negative thought pops in, right? The old programming, the old belief system pops in. You want to be awake and aware enough that you can see it and then reprogram it by saying a new thought, the counter thought, the positive thought, the thing that puts you into the end state, the wish fulfilled, all the good stuff, all the yummy stuff. That's what you want to say. Okay, we're doing that. That's what you need to persist on, right? That's the answer to the question is, what are we persisting about? That's creating a new mental diet. That's seeing our thoughts and replacing them with good thoughts. It's having our affirmations. It's knowing what the end looks like. It's being captivated by our end state, by our dreams, by our imagination, by this manifestation that we know it is finished, it is done, it's coming. Now, of course, why is persistence hard? The 3D. The 3D reality, the reality in front of us, the reflection of us from our past thoughts, from our past programming, the reality that hasn't caught up yet, right? Because we have not completely programmed or reprogrammed into our new belief systems, into our new inner world that will be reflected out. So our dominant state is not dominant, right? It's not there yet. It's working on it, but it's not there yet. And so we get our old reality and it's really challenging. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It can be really, really challenging, especially in the beginning, because we're so quick to think it's not working. What we're doing, it's not working. It's not working. It takes a moment, especially if we have entrenched beliefs. I know there are people out there like, you can manifest in an hour. You can manifest in 3 days. Yes, some people can. They can do quantum leaps when they really are able to change that thought system, change that belief system. Yes, there are some people that can do that. But for many of us, myself included, it actually takes persistence. And there is something to being persistent, which is one of my like my third point, is that you actually gain something by being steadfast, persisting, knowing and believing it's coming, because it's almost when you're able to feel it as real, feel it as real and know that it's coming is when it actually does. It's when you've gotten to the state of detaching almost from the outcome. I'm going to have to do a video about detachment, but when you get to that state of it is finished, it's coming, I know that I have it, I can feel it, it's going to happen, it is happening, kind of that whole evolution from, I don't know if it's happening, or from really it's like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I want this to change. Hey, maybe it could look like this. No, I decided now it looks like this. Then I tell myself that story and then I keep reaffirming that story. And then whoop, 3D reality pops up and says, what the outer doesn't look like what I'm affirming and what I'm practicing. And that's when we have to ignore the 3D, be a little delusional. Some people say ignore the 3D and trust in spiritual law, trust in your power. Trust in your power that it will manifest, because it's only you reflecting you. So once you change your beliefs about something, that something changes. right? When you change the way you look at something, what you're looking at changes. And so that takes time for many of us to persist. But, and this is my last point, don't cheat yourself out of this step. And I say that to you as much as I say it to me. Because when you're in it and you're trying to manifest something, you want it to happen now. And life always seems to keep throwing little curveballs. So your 3D reality, to me, sometimes starts going a little crazy, especially if it's like a deep-rooted trauma, wound, bad trigger, something like that. It always seems to like, all hell breaks loose, right? You got to keep going. And what this does, when you keep going, it builds up your confidence in yourself. It allows you to see your power. And that is so incredible. I'm actually getting chills. It's so incredible when something does manifest that you have been working on, that you know that you have transformed and transcended that belief system. I know that I have left certain belief systems behind, and even situations, now I can look at them anew. I can glean the lesson. That's also another, to me, clue that you are healing something and you've transformed the story about it, is when you can start to see the lesson and you start operating in your power. Like, oh, cool, that happened. Great. Now I'm creating something new. I created that. Now I'm creating something new, and I'm able to persist in it until it happens, and I know that it's happening. So don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. The last little bit that I'm going to share is that when the 3D does like start to rattle you, please go. I always tell people, please go and self-soothe first. If it truly does rattle your nervous system, you know, it's really hard to affirm if you're in tears. It's really hard to affirm if you're feeling anxious or depressed. So go there first. Take care of yourself first. Self-care. Love on yourself first. And from that place of self-care and self-love, then work on your self-concept and reaffirming and ignoring the 3D. And that will allow you to persist, 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 right? There's power in persistence, and knowing that it is done, it is finished. You are powerful. You are so, so powerful, and that your manifestation is on its way. And then finally, your manifestation is here. So let me know how that resonated with you. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video, y'all. Like and subscribe, share the videos out, help somebody, because we do need to increase this consciousness on the planet, for real. We really do, because people are all twisted up and they think that, I think manifestation is something else. So I'm here to share with you, manifestation is mental, manifestation is mindset, but it looks like magic. So that's how we make our miracles manifest. I will talk with you soon. Take care.